you ever feel like a fear of being broke again? And let me explain a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because, for example, you guys live really like a simple way of living. Like I know you bought a car because
bread.
Yeah, yeah.
It was bread.
and so you got a Bentley, then you sold it, then you sold everything.
Yeah.
You got your cash put aside, and you got your money put away.
Yeah.
Your means of living are not that high. But then I think about, because I agree with that.
Yeah.
But then I think about, like, what if I die tomorrow and I don't drive what I want to drive, I don't travel the way I want to travel. How do you process that on how are you going to spend your money on?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
I think that to what you said, like drive what I want to drive, live where I want to live, fly where I want to fly, we do that. I just don't want to use someone else's drive what they want to drive. And so I realized for me when I had the Bentley that it didn't make any difference in my life. Like I did it because I thought it was cooler what other people would think. Like, you know, I mean, I literally did it because Brad was like, dude, go buy one. I was like, all right, fine, I want to buy one. And it didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
And so like, what are the things that we find valuable? Like we enjoy going out to dinner. So we've gone out to dinner every night for ever. We haven't used our kitchen. And I like that, you know what I mean? And like when we go out, we get whatever we, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what, like we get whatever we want. I get 2 entrees last night, I had 2 entrees, 3 desserts. Like, I just like that. And it's cool. Like, I enjoy that. You know, we fly private a lot, because we enjoy that. And we get returns from that. We bought, like, I'll just say a big number worth of big homes, recently after having sold everything. And then, you know, as soon as we got there, we were like, oh, I don't want to deal with all I don't want the housekeeper, the AV guy, the lawn care, the pool guy, the decorator, like all of this stuff. And I was like, I just don't give a shit. And so we have like a 3,000 square foot, you know, apartment that we can lock and leave and go wherever we want. And so I think that the point of money is to buy us options. And so I want to have the option to work, because if I can't work, it's just as bad as having to work. And if I want to go fly private, I want to have that option to do it. I don't want to have to do it. And so I think it's for us, we've optimized towards optionality rather than quote freedom.
I've always said, and I've always screamed to the world, I have this, or I'm gonna have this before I have it.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a reality.
Yeah.
And maybe not. Maybe I don't reach the number. Yeah. Maybe I don't reach 50 million, but I reach 36 million. Yeah. But I've always been like that, and that keeps me pushed. It motivates me. Yeah. And you talked about private flying. Yeah. I never imagined I would fly private. Yeah. Like I never imagined it. And then I screamed to the world, like, we're gonna fly private. I screamed to the world, we're gonna buy a jet. Yeah. We haven't bought the jet yet, but we will. Yeah. But when I flew private the first time with Syl, and it felt, it's just a different amazing feeling. I know what you like, because you know where you spend your money. You spend your money on things you love. Yeah. So like flying private. Can you talk? Did that change anything in your life, or how was your first experience flying private?
It was just. I've said this before. Like, it just transforms what is normally a painful experience into one that can be enjoyable. Like going from economy to first class, I don't think makes the flight enjoyable. I think it just makes it less painful. Mm-hmm. But I think flying private does make it an enjoyable experience. That being said, to what you were saying earlier about like casting it out in the world and trying to make it into reality, like, this is me just throwing it out there. Yeah. I think you would be just as successful if you didn't do it, because I think it's who you are. Mm-hmm. Like, you are going to win because winners win, and that is innate. And so if someone put duct tape on your mouth and took away your social media, you'd still fucking kill it. Yeah. And so, you know, like on the flip side, like they've seen people who set really big goals and then they go after them, and that's what drives them. And then you can also set goals that you never miss, and you always keep over delivering on that incremental goal. I think either way, the winners win because of the activities that they do that drive the result. And so I think you would, I'm less spiritual about winning. Yeah. Are there certain traits that you see, like when you see somebody, can you tell, like in 5 minutes, if they have what it takes to win big, or does it take time for you to analyze a person? Do you know a lot of people are full of shit? Yeah. I think talking to people, you get a vibe for how, you know, like how sharp they are, some level of character. I mean, there's the whole like thinking fast and slow. Like you can make, you know, 30. I mean, because I used to know from selling, and you've done a lot of sales too. Like when someone walks in the door, I usually had a pretty good idea of whether I was going to close them or not before they even like started talking. You know what I mean? Like you just start seeing patterns over and like this person, I know how I'm going to, you know, what angle am I going to come from to like, you know, unlock this. But I don't, you know, I don't want to sound arrogant. Like I can read everyone, but I think it's when you get these unique pairings of people, like what, because I was trying to think of like, what is it factor? What is like X factor? Like, what makes someone special? Why do some people get raised up, right? And I think it's when we have patterns we don't recognize. And so, for example, if, like if you look at this outfit, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times in my videos, I'm wearing a wife beater and I look like I'm in a basement. Right? Like just being real, right?
I was gonna go there in a bit.
Yeah, right. And I think people have an expectation of what I'm going to sound like, whatever my level of intelligence is, whatever level of success they are expecting, and then it's not met. And so I think that when people can, and I think that those patterns where people, what happens is people are like, wait a second, what happened here? And then all of a sudden their brain goes into learning mode, because normally it's like pattern recognition, and then you don't actually have to consciously think because it's just all unconscious. Like you're just, I know what that person is, I know what they're about, because people usually grab their identities off the shelf. They say, oh, I'm gonna be a country boy, and then they just adopt the country boy outfit. Or I'm gonna be the Instagram influencer avatar, right? And then they put that outfit on, and they believe those things, they do those things, and then they become just like everybody else. And so I think a big part of kind of like the quote authenticity is like everybody has had a unique experience, but they don't express that.
Guys, if you made it this far, I have an exclusive mastermind that I want you to join. Go to drivenacademy.com and subscribe to my exclusive mastermind, where we're gonna meet in person every month at my workshop, and you get more perks. All you gotta do is go to the link below and sign up. I'll see you there.